Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Time Gaming. I'm your host for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, Theodore Lu. And what you see is pretty much going to be the future of the Time Gaming. So this is the new angle that I am trying to use. Eventually, when I have more like a bigger playmat and someone to play with. Yeah, I mean like some of my German friends are also offering themselves as a tribute to be providing us with their body for gameplay videos. Yeah, that's probably something that they just okay. Oh my goodness, where was I? So while I was recounting on why I never went to Japan, which is like the festival of Düsseldorf, because again Düsseldorf has the highest Japanese population in Germany. So yeah, I think mostly it's like earlier years, my schedule just didn't match. Sometimes I just didn't know when the festival is happening. And this year was actually the closest I've ever been to actually trying to visit one. But my friend kind of like my friend cannot come like at the last minute because due to some complications like adult reasons. So yeah, I can't really force him to go, so we ended up not going because I mean like it's a festival. I guess I can still find my own fun, but yeah, I mean like as someone who is like really indoorsy, and then like last week was quite jam packed, and it will be jam packed like the next week and then week after. Cause so yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll rest for today. Anyway, now that my can see like the bottom of my table now at the very least, so okay, I just need to put some of this away. So these are some holos that I got from the tournament last week. So there's definitely some extras that I will need to remove eventually, but for now let's just pretend that there are no extras, that they are all well organized, like basis of everything. Because today we are not we have been doing this stream mostly for BSS lately, so we need to get back to our roots for a bit. We need to go back to what this channel is. Well, maybe not that far, because if we go real back to the how this channel is born, and I'll have to do some Vanguard stuff. I still have a Vanguard deck per se, but it's not to the point where it is like worth mentioning about. I never joined the tournament again, so I don't know like how Vanguard is right now. Whenever my friends say, okay, so this is Vanguard now, I just believe them. Oh yeah, I guess Vanguard is like that. Vanguard is always like that, right? But yeah, anyway, where was I? So yeah, anyway. So of course, what I meant for today is Battle Spirits, the Japanese one. So if you come here for Saga stuff, we're going to take a break from that for a while, because I also need to update the stack. Last month I was really busy, so I wasn't able to do my I usually do once a month online tournament for Battle Spirits, so that especially people especially for people who don't have locals, so like me. Like me and me. Basically people who are living in Europe and the US, who doesn't have their own local. We just gather like once a month. It was a really chill atmosphere as well. It was basically it's our boys club kind of thing to some extent. Yeah. Anyway, we didn't have that last month because I was too busy, but I am now ready to get back to it. So I'll need to get my deck back into shape. But there are some decks that I probably will not update that much, because we are planning to do not just one but 2 tournaments this month. So because last month we didn't do the tournament, right? And then at that time we have a new ban list that is now active. So now I kinda wanted to have like one tournament in which we can kind of like have a send off of the ban cards kind of thing. So like just a normal tournament but with the old ban list. And the interesting thing that we can see from the recent release is actually this guy, the partner Demon Lord, Javad, or as we call it in Indonesia, Jahat. Why? Because it's Jahat. Jahat is Jahat. You don't need to think too deep into it. So we're probably going to replace our contract spirit from Shoko to Javad. So that is the obvious move. Because with Shoko, you will have to have 2 yellow symbols. Something that can be surprisingly hard in this deck, since our main stuff are ultimates, and ultimates have something called the ultimate symbol. So hopefully this is not something that will come so soon to PSS. It will be a nightmare to explain. So this card is yellow, but the symbol is not yellow. Oh well, I guess before that we do have like the Paris that is this color but has different color symbols, so that might be our first headache before we go into the ultimates. But yeah, let's put that aside from our minds until it actually happens. So that is the obvious choice. So Javad has a ultimate symbol, which most cards in our deck has a reduction of, probably except for the Crown to Starlit Sky, but normally we'll probably wanted to deploy the Crown to Starlit Sky first anyway. So so the copium is that it will not be that much of a problem that Javad is going to start us to be our starter in this deck. Also, okay, so I probably would not be able to. It will probably be really hard to actually activate the first effect. It's probably going to only be so the draw one. Mostly it's going to only be activated when Javad itself is attacking. Yep, flash during either player's attack step. By sending one card from your field or reserve to the trash. Send 2 cards from one opposing spirit or ultimate to the reserve. But in another sense of kind of like perceiving that, I guess that also gives us an access to destroy ultimates, which Shoko can also do, and she can draw more reliably. So now I'm questioning myself on why I'm doing this, but it's the end thing. We'll have to try it out at least. If it fails, then we'll go back to Shoko. I won't pretend that I am a loyal person, because Shoko has been like the umpteenth number of ground track spirits that we have cheated with. So I guess there's that. Then let's look at the cards in the Mega deck again and see what we can fit inside. Like, Evil Draw is something that probably can fit in, as we draw 2, and then by sending one card from your field or reserve to the trash, you can take one Evil God from your trash to ultimate or nexus to your hand. And then there's this Henkoku no Yonto. So yeah, I forgot what is the translation. It was some kanji that I never seen before, but it's Henkoku no Yonto. When that's an ultimate symbol, which can be something. I mean, like, this is a Grand Walker. Now cards like just like by default, your Grand Walker loses their symbol, loses their effect, so she doesn't have their ultimate symbol. So it might be something. So if our Evil God ultimate attacks, our counter is +1, and then once per turn, like hard once per turn, you can either draw 1 or add 1 card from the void to that ultimate. And then on level 2, during the player's attack step, when your life is reduced, you can summon one ultimate with cost lower than your counter. So same or lower. So basically, if we can get to counter 3 during the first turns, can basically just call out TTL and draw 1 during opposing turn. Does that work? I think it's a little bit too much effort, but so little reward. So maybe let's push the thoughts aside for a little bit and review the other cards. So this is like the other half of the deck, since I share like, so how we usually do it. I usually buy 3 starter decks, and then I just split one of them into 2 and send the rest to Amamiya. I mean, like, I kept one starter deck, kept one half of the second starter deck, and then the second half and the third one, of course, I send it to him. So I have 1.5, he has 1.5. And yeah, usually my house is the dumping ground, so anything we have extra, I need to take it as well. Okay, so basically we have all the extras, which is the 4 Demon Lords, the next generations of the Demon Lords. They all need the Javad in order to be summoned. And they have lots of ultimate symbols for their reduction, so maybe Bramuzawak we can try to bring one just because. Okay, so we destroy all opposing spirits, and then once per game by sending one card from our life to the void. Until our next start step, the opponent cannot summon any spirit. and this effect cannot be stopped by opposing effects. Then during your attack step, when our evil god spirits are attacking, the attack step cannot be ended. Actually, it can be something, since it has 6 ultimate symbol reduction, which with our setup, it might actually work. The other 2, probably I'm going to keep them for more evil god specific deck. Kinda wanted just to try it out. I mean, like, it's currently like the #1 popular deck in the meta anyway, so why not? Just to try it out. And yeah, I kinda thought that this guy will kind of use its burst when your life is reduced, which means that we can, if it works like that, it will work with how our concept, our deck concept work, because how we use mostly only when your life is reduced burst here, because how a divine spirit how this ultimate divine spirit works is by hurting yourself. So basically you just use bunch of effects, and all of the cost is like paying one core from your life to the trash or something, which means your life is reduced, and then now you can activate your when your life is reduced burst offensively. So this guy, when it is set, cannot be discarded by the opponent. When opposing hand increases, destroy 1 opposing spirit to the highest cost. After that, if destroy 2 spirits with lower count, with same or lower cost than your counter, and then summon this ultimate without paying the cost. Then level 4/5 flash effect. When your demon lord is attacking, by sending 1 card from this ultimate to the trash, activate your set burst right away. Yeah, the right away is quite important, since it's kind of plays with the timing. Okay, and then we have Evil Flame. Yeah, but I think we will keep this 3 for now. Burst Wall, of course, Burst Wall. Maybe we can keep it there, but then again, if we wanted to put something that ends the attack step. Oh yeah, this basically, if you play Saga, this what Ice Shield has evolved into. So I think some people mistaken how Ice Shield works, and I mean, like, I mean, like, yeah, if you are not used to it, sometimes burst and battle spirits can be a little bit hard to understand, so sometimes they just forgot that it doesn't the burst doesn't work from your hand, or when the burst actually opens. So yeah, I mean, it's understandable. It's still 4 weeks into the game, so I think people are still, especially people who started after the official launch, they are still kind of like adjusting themselves. But this absolute Ice Shield, you can actually activate it from your hand, not as a not actually as a burst. So basically, if you got hit and discard this in your hand, then you can just activate the flash effect without paying the cost. Basically, it becomes kind of a hand trap. So you lose the heal 1, in which the Japanese Ice Shield, instead of adding 1 core from your reserve, it adds 1 core from the void, so it kind of ramps you as well. It is now not as popular because in Japan we have more cards that blocks burst effect. So burst effect that activates when your opponent attacks. So there are 2 such triggers. So there is when opposing spirit or ultimate attacks, or when your life is reduced. So these 2 kinds of bursts, since they are only most effective when your opponent's spirit is attacking, and they will probably be able to lock those effects anyway. This burst kind of like fell out of fashion, but still, if you can activate it willingly, they are still kind of strong. Okay, so Evil Flame, it got heavily upgraded, but again, the trigger is when opposing when the spirit is summoned or when opposing nexus when this nexus deployed effect resolves. Destroy an opposing. Okay, so if we have Tamashi Shoutai of Fukumo, Jasson no Matsuchipon ultimate. Okay, so we have an ultimate from the family evil god, including in soul state. Maybe I should put this a little bit closer, but yeah, anyway. Destroy one opposing. Okay, specifically opposing spirit with 2 symbols, so it doesn't really do anything with spirit. So it doesn't do anything to spirits that have even more symbols. In addition, by sending 1 card from your field or reserve to the trash, destroy 1 opposing spirit or nexus with 1 symbol. After that, by paying the cost, activate this card's flash effect. Then, okay, so same condition and destroy opposing spirit or ultimate up till the total PP of 25,000. It is how far we have to go to actually make red destruction effect a little bit usable. And with 25,000, during like the most important times, you will probably be able to destroy 2 spirits, which, yeah, I guess depending on if your opponent has something as big as 25,000, it's probably going to be enough. Okay, so after that, if you destroy it, you can send 1 card to the trash to basically negate that the destroyed spirit or ultimate effect. And then we have the evil draw. So you draw 2. Okay. So it's a draw 2. No, my collection is falling apart. Oh well. So we have seen the evil draw. We have seen this card, and this one is the searcher for ultimate. So Kagero Shika. If we paid soul card for the summoning cost, open the top 3 cards of your deck and add 1 ultimate from among them to your hand. The rest are discarded. And then the symbol can, on level 4, the symbol can also be treated as red or green. So basically, reduces the consequences of ultimates having ultimate symbols, which doesn't have a color. But it's an ultimate symbol. It's not a colorless symbol. It's just an ultimate symbol. I mean, like even if it's colorless, it kind of doesn't do anything to armor, since ultimate is not a proper and attribute. It's the color is still red and green for this card, especially. And Metallifer is one of the bursts that is still strong enough regardless. So when opposing hand, increased by their effect, destroy any number of spirit to up to the total of 20,000. And then when the spirit attacks, you can exhaust 2 opposing spirit or ultimate, and the exhausted spirit or ultimate will not refresh until in the next refresh step. And Bargoyle, so just a RAM card. And I think I forget if the limit is actually increased, because basically the concept is you can either choose to add 1 core or destroy 1 opposing spirit is 7,000 or lower. So basically you either choose to destroy 1 or summon 1 or ram 1 when you destroy it, because it's a red and green card. So yeah, if I'm not wrong, the limit of the original one was 5,000, so it is increased from 5,000 to 7,000. And then when it attacks, you can send 2 cards from this ultimate. By doing so, add 1 card from the void to this ultimate. So it's not bad for ramping, I suppose. And the reduction is now ultimate symbol, so it kind of helps. But again, this deck, yellow and red and purple, despite them having like lots of cards that draws, the problem is always drawing the second draw card. If you have like 1 draw card, you are not safe. If you draw your second draw card from your first draw card, then you will probably be able to connect everything to the next turn. But even then, sometimes it's not enough. You cannot lose your momentum like at all. So like yeah, that is like the thing that you will need to be careful when you are playing a combo deck in BS or BSS. And then when opposing, yeah, so this one activates after the when summon effect of opposing spirit or ultimate, which can be something that we can use in a mirror match. And then this one lets you draw 2, discard 1. If the effect is activated by an evil god effect, which so basically we need to use the blue X rare for that one. You can look at your opponent's set and discard one of them. Discard one magic card from them. Just not bad, but we kind of have to use this with the blue X rare, I suppose. Because now it's kind of the only evil card that lets you activate your own burst. After this effect activates, of course, summon the spirit. After that, you can send one card from your field or reserve to the trash. By doing so, you can set one burst from your hand, which is not bad. I guess, I mean, like, given that, yeah, it only needs our counter to be 1 or more, which can be tricky, but yeah, let's, it can be tricky if we don't always want to summon Javad on the first turn, so it will probably be tricky. So this guy only needs Javad on our field, so I guess that will be okay. We can do that. This guy also requires 1 or more counter. Okay, so if you have Javad, we can summon it without paying the cost by sending 2 cards from our reserve to the trash. So basically, with these 2 guys, we can just add 1 counter if we needed to. Add 2 counters, sorry. And then when this summon or attacks, add 1 card from the void to this ultimate. Exhaust 1 opposing spirit. After that, if your counter is 6 or more, return 1 opposing spirit to the bottom of the deck. Return 1 opposing exhaust spirit to the deck, the bottom of the deck. It can be something. We will see. We will see. Gurejodo. Okay, by discarding this Mirage, your counter +1. At this point, and then at this time, send 1 card from the opposing spirit to the reserve. Yeah, this is actually like a kind of like why are they doing this? Like they could have just used a comma or n, but yeah, they decided to like at this time. They're trying to play with words, aren't they? Trying to be clever, trying to play with their words as always. The corporate people. And when you summon, your counter +1, and then you draw 1 card from your deck. And this guy, Zanjeru. So this one can also probably be something, since sometimes this deck can quite be heavy on its scores. And this guy can be summoned at 3 cost if we have 2 ultimate symbols. When it is summoned, you can destroy 1 spirit with 15,000 or lower, or 1 opposing nexus. So that is actually the appealing part, because you can destroy opposing nexus, in which this deck doesn't really have access to cards that can negate opposing nexus. Probably we can now attack 1 Mizua now that she is limited, and we have like 4 Mizua. So I think we have like even 6 Mizua at this point, so we will probably be able to attack 1 Mizua into this, but let's see. We can just destroy the nexus. To some extent, that could probably be better at the start of the attack step. You can return up to 5 cards to your... Okay, so it's only to next generation and evil god, which can still be something to play your flash with. You have 5 cards anyway. Mm-mm. Oh, you can send it to the Nexus. So basically, we can also send it to the cost 3 Nexus if we wanted to. If our evil card is not as limited. Mm. And then after that, you can send by sending 2 cores from an evil card ultimate or Nexus other than the spirit to the trash. Oh, you can do so. It's not not a set effect. It's the conditional effect. So you can send 2. If you done so, destroy one opposing Grand Walker Nexus with an original cost of 3 or lower. Do we want to do this? It sounds like a good idea. Unless why competitors hears about this and oh no, not anymore. The prospect of being able to destroy the Ultraman, the Ultraman Grand Walker Nexus. If I'm not wrong, the our hero Ultraman is cost 3. Here he comes. Our Savior Ultraman. Is that how his name works? I think it's our hero, not our savior. Battle Spirits, here he comes, our Ultraman. Okay. So I was being too worthy about his title. Then it's just here he comes, our Ultraman. And it's a cost 3. Perfect. We can destroy him. Okay, so this the contract design version of Lord Jabat, and he needs 3 counters or more to descend onto. So Shippun no Dekikara Nimaidoro. So by discarding 1 card, draw 2. If you discard an evil card with this effect, send 2 cards from the opposing field to the reserve. That can be something. Then when this ultimate attacks once per turn, at the end of the battle, return your soul core to by returning your soul core to this ultimate, refresh this ultimate. Kinda wanted to bring it though. Then now the revival pistol Liger activates opposing spirit attacks, and when opposing spirit or ultimate activates their resolves their when summon effect. Return 1 opposing spirit, ultimate or Nexus to the top of the deck. After this effect activates, summon it without paying the cost, so still same. Ultimate triggers goes from level 4 and 5. When the trigger hits once per turn, this ultimate refreshes, and during this battle, the spirit cannot be blocked. Okay, that's actually quite appealing. Okay, so that is I think what we are going to add from the main deck. So probably going to add 1 more Lord Javat and 1 more of this guy. Probably 3 of this guy and 2 of this guy for now. Let's see. We also still have like the promotion, like the campaign as well, which is like the broken stuff from the past. One of them might actually just be a good candidate since the ultimate trickster herself is yellow. The ultimate Seryubi maybe not so much. Unlike like the next generation control, in which most of the ultimate can equip Gaia no Hoko, or at least it has lots of green ultimates, or you can bring like the evil god territory, which allows you to kind of ignore his summoning condition. This deck doesn't have that much luxury, and we can't really fit Gaia no Hoko now that we have more cards that we need to draw with. So maybe if we remove the Evil God edition, then we can do that. But until then, I think the one that we can probably consider bringing in is the ultimate trickster, which I'm still salty that BSS have not added trickster to the first set. I mean, like, she's not the ooh kind of girl anyway, so it's more like, come on. Like, how can you include yellow but not include trickster? She's like the mascot of like the real mascot of yellow. Okay, so we can add one magic. So we can add either over chariot or is strength. So usually we cannot add over chariot to our hand. We don't really need to add is strength to our hand most of the time. And we probably cannot add Ramdiel. So this card is also treated as magic card. It is not affected by opposing effect. So we can bring back Ramdiel if we need to. We can bring back Aziel if we needed to. So let's try one. Okay, so that is I think that is it from the campaigns. The Seiryu B, I will definitely use it if it's another deck. Okay, so that is what we will start with. While strangely, the one that I kind of wanted to try to take out is the Searcher for this deck. Do we take out like our extender? So now, like, recently I mean, like, is healing 3 more useful than locking your opponent summon for one turn? And because they both have like a potential to like finish the opponent like when they are not that ready. Okay, so Bram Zavak. The good part is it has 2 symbols. So if your opponent kind of expects you to just do multiple attacks, you can just finish it there and there. It doesn't. Yeah. Why do I have like the memory that this guy refreshes himself? Probably because of the big Javat. But with Miradiel, she gave us 3 lives, which we can then the life that she so kindly gave us, we can just use it recklessly and basically just hit it for our fun. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, let's try. I think their roles are pretty similar, so we can kind of expect that them to kind of like extend us for one thing. The only catch is our opponent has like lots of ultra armor red or something similar, so probably against armored piece it will probably be not as effective. But as always, what are the chances we are going to fight against an armored piece? Famous last words. Okay, so now we have 6 cards that we want to put inside, but not as much slot to put inside. Okay, so the first that probably can go is the Still Moon Mirage. It's really strong. But since we now have this sand cards, we have more Radiant Descent cards, we have more stuff that we want to be played from hand. And our draw is usually somewhat enough. So let's try to take that out first and see how it goes from there. So this guy is probably going to be like the harder choice to put inside. Because this deck is pretty much done. I mean, like, it's not perfect, but like there's so little that you can do to improve this deck at this point. But let's try. Let's try anyway. Let's try and fail. I mean, like, that's the fun of Battle Spirits, right? Sometimes you just have that impulse of doing that thing that theoretically it wouldn't work. Just really want to, just because it sounds cool. Wait, why am I... Well, probably going to be facing lots of Evil God. And this is one of our defense against Evil God, and we are taking everything off. Do we really want to do that? YOLO. Yeah, I mean, like, this deck has a lot of ultimates anyway, so even if our opponent uses Bramzavark, it's not like it's going to hurt us that much. Probably. Having all the copiums that I could. So what do we do with the last slot? I mean, like, we can just bring like one Nissus, Pass, and one Trickster. Or we try to not use any rebirth at all and increase and bring out another Ishtar just to make sure that all our extender actually connects to a finisher. So I think in this case the Bramzava can be kind of like our sub finisher, but that's the only problem, unlike Miridiel that can reduce opposing life to 0 from 5, or depending on how much we have to heal ourselves. Do we reduce the number of bursts? No. No, don't do that. That will be horrible. We need as much color as we can just to make sure that one single armor cannot stop us. We'll probably want Rachmantis after it got reprinted. But what else can we do? Do we take out the... Do we really want to take out the Garania Belt that badly? Do I really want my opponent to damage me that badly? What else can we do here? I mean, like, in the end, like, whatever we do now, unless we test that, we can't really know whether it works or not. But at least on paper, what can we do here? Yeah, I guess I'll try to... Yeah, we can try to add one more Ishtar for now, and then we try to cold face it if it feels like there's the cost has become too heavy, since I'm removing like I think I remove like 5 of our first 10 drops, so that could be iffy. I just realized what I just done. But it will be fine. It will be fine. Probably it will be fine. Okay, so Delphiniot, Trickster, Ultimate Sophia, Risophalis, Erneze. Where are you, my Ishtar? And Shabomon. And there's the Sati. And yeah, I don't know why I slipped this guy, but kind of misleading now. So we still cannot find Ishtar. She's probably asleep, so we can at least know from that. So we have Sundown, Holengemon, Alex, the Over Empress, Durga. Can we add Durga? I mean, like, she will add one magic of any color and fix her symbol at 3. So if we just want something that can, I mean, like, if we just want to add something that can deal 3 damage at once, and we can block one opposing spirit from blocking. Like normally, I don't think we don't have a yellow mirage here. It's not something that we do around here. Sophia, No. No. Arifel. I kinda wanted to use Arifel in some capacity. Hopefully we can do something soon. The Great Angelia of Olympics. Of Yale. That's another combo thing that I wanted to try. We have the Archangelia Michaela or Mikafar. Another AZL. How many AZL do I have anyway? Grandis. And then the Trick Prank that I was like, since 100 piece like this card slot is like, why aren't people playing Trick Prank? Which can return 5 any spirit from your trash to the bottom of your deck. So if your deck is about to run out, you can actually just use Trick Prank and kind of like manipulate your top deck. It's like why are nobody doing this? Yeah, of course nobody is doing that if the card is banned. If only I know that the card is banned. I like afterwards I know what's like, yeah, and before I know it's like, yeah, why is nobody bringing this? Like, am I finally the only one who is crazy enough to be thinking of bringing this into 100 bits? But turns out I'm not being crazy, people are just being reasonable. And yeah, where's my last Ishtar? I'm pretty much sure that before I did this list, I have 3 Ishtar in my collection. So unless it's in my other box, which might not have it. Yeah, this is mostly my new stuff. Then I probably have left them back home in Indonesia, as with most of my cards. And I say, oh yeah, actually, speaking of green stuff, I still have Morin Cuff as well. That is an option, except when your spirit is leaving the well by the opponent. Because of the opponent. There's one logistical problem there. Most of our permanents are not spirits. They're ultimates. They have different card types. That is the main logistical problem of using such effects. Yep, it's probably not something they needed to account for. Something that is designed to work with the spirits anyway. So, okay, so this has a lot of yellow cards as well, so I probably need to move it to the other storage. Yeah, I probably have too much for my own good. Like, I came to Germany with only a few decks, and the cards that I will absolutely need just to update those decks in case I got bored, just to change the style a little bit, and hopefully by doing that my opponent will not know what I am trying to do, which of course they do, because all of my methods are just really simple, but sometimes I just use all the power cards, so it's still hard for them to stop. But either way, it's highly readable. Everybody was able to know what I was trying to do, and they were able to stop my plans. But yeah, so yeah, I ended up just buying the new cards because of that. Not that I regretted anything. I have like lots of Holy Sign now. Yeah, lots of Holy Sign, lots of Reset Sphere. This one is the checklist for Miloslava. This one. Oh, it's actually. Oh, actually, there's something that I've been looking for. It's the checklist for the Meters Magic Temple. Something that I have been looking for. Because I have been like, okay, so I kind of wanted to try out. Since now you don't see as much origin cards in the meta anymore, so it's kind of like made sense to kind of bring the Meters Magic Temple into Dark Arts, which can kind of slow them for the first few turns, which, to be fair, it's probably enough, since the Dark Arts is a kind of like a snowball deck that desperately needed that first two three turns with your opponent not doing stuff that can hurt you. So that's definitely helpful. If we have the checklist, I'm just being too obnoxious there. Okay, so here are our turns out that here is also our 7 other Mika parts that I was looking for. Yeah, because I was like thinking like it will only be as valuable as a collection for people who are playing Saga, but still I still need more Chainway. By the way, if you guys have any Chainway, let me know. I might take them off your hands. Wait, these are the old Battle Spirit cards that my friend gave me. Also nice. Yeah, probably I should have given this to that one friend before he disappears. Probably something that they can remember. Zero Shoheki. So Zero's barrier, so this is what I forgot why I really wanted them in the past, but I had them. And now it's kind of like a hip thing to use. Now we have the last Ishtar that we needed. Kind of like the hip thing because all the evil gods are summoning spirits without paying the cost. So yeah, it's kind of like I think it's the only zero counter that can target ultimates. So it's kind of like the hip thing to bring right now. But as we can read from Bram Zavak can stop you from stopping that attack step. So unless you can destroy Bram Zavak, which probably, to be fair, if they are careless enough to trigger your zero counter, you'll probably be able to destroy their Bram Zavak in time anyway. For the magic to actually do something. So yeah, that's probably why people are starting to bring the zero barrier again. Because then the floating continues will be gone and you can stop the attack step. Ooh, Alabaster. Yeah, I mean like we have seen some Xenon cards in Saga, so I definitely want to see him finally in Saga doing something really cool. And like it's a 10 cost card. Imagine the possibilities. And Rolo, Aegis Shield. I finally have like somewhat a lot of Aegis Shield. I think I started with only 2 and then now I have 4, if I'm not wrong. Thankfully. Not that it's particularly something you want to bring now. Kinda wanted the other, like the Spiritual of Genesis. Just to try it out. We have to also deck extras the X version, and with the we'll probably need to sleeve this. These are kind of my collection. Why are these not sleeve? I just realized that that's a mistake on my part. I think these are like the yeah. So basically, as a campaign, these cards actually already followed like the new designs, which has the full art and everything. So this one's as kind of like a celebratory thing. They kind of reprinted this guys, but in the old format, which kind of gives them like a flavor, I suppose. I mean, like it's nice. It's a nice thing to see once in a while. So why not? Yeah, I think I already have everyone. Yeah. I see. So I already sleeve one of the Sagito Apollo Dragon, so that's probably why. That's probably why I did not sleeve those guys, but I probably should, just for the sake of it. Yeah, we never know. Even if we somehow be able, like someone really wanted it just as a gift, it'll probably nice to just receive cards that are still in good condition. So let's keep it in good condition until that moment comes. Yeah, actually, I can even just make like a second Galaxian deck with this. Sort of. Oh yeah. Thanks to the thanks to the session, I actually find lots of things that I kind of wanted to find for a long time now, but I have not find the time to be looking for. Score tournament 6-0 today with Isa. Oh, nice. But six rounds. Wow, that is something else. That is a lot of rounds. The Isa is still, even without the loop, I think it's still strong. Regardless, I almost had I had almost everything. So yeah, maybe one day when I have everything, then I'll try it again. Finally, my first purple deck that I can play properly. Well, I mean, I can somewhat use Dark Snake, but it's really purple at that point. And this one is sleep, so I don't need I brought out too much. Well, all that as well ends well. So we now know that we have all this, and we have the checklist that we have been looking for, and now we'll just cold fetch this and call it a day. What is this? The limited card set on 2019. I forgot what's inside. Let's take a pick. Okay, so it's this one. By exhausting this nexus, during this thing, when your cost 6 or higher, Divine Spirit is attacking, your opponent cannot use magic that is not yellow from their hand. I see. It only works with spirits, so not particularly useful for our use case. So turns out I have 3 of the fancy heroes claws, and I still have the fancy Mudo. So actually we can probably try this out in the deck as well. Does this doesn't have any reference for yellow, or is it something that I've already put inside? Yeah, there's no information on what card is inside, so yeah, let's look at that again. I probably have taken out the yellow cards. Brainstorm. It's actually good now. Not so many cards can touch Koski can. Yeah. Yeah, because Isa is like cost 4, so it's harder to hit. Oh yeah. Yeah, and Java has the 6, lots of 6 card stuff, so that also works. Yeah. Then that works. Oh yeah, that's good to know. Thank you, mommy. Yep, I think let's be adventurous, but not too adventurous. This is one of the 2 tricks that I let's not get too deep into that. Yes, the voodoo. Do you want the voodoo? Yes, I have it. It's not like you will use 3 voodoo in the deck anyway, right? Probably going to use 1. Like the old way, you just use Lord Javat, discarded with Lord Javat, and then use Forbidden Grave to summon it. Yeah, it's probably going to be bad, but breaking is in my middle name anyway. Yeah, let's cold fetch this once and end the stream for today. And speaking of Discord tournament, Amamiya, don't forget next week. I'm waiting for you. Got against Vina today. Oh, yeah, that's harsh. That's harsh. I mean, like if you fight against an Origin deck, that's like the worst opponent that you can go against. Isa is like the Origin that kills Origin. Yeah, I think it's a wait. But wait. I think like there are yeah, you can kind of like recover with Vina. I think you can kind of like recover the actually can you like bring Vina in Isa because you still have lots of rebirth cards. So I think the only catch is that you cannot the only catch with bringing Vina in Isa is probably there's not much that you can refresh. Probably if you bring like the worlds, then you can kind of like okay, so if my opponent forgets that my Vina has 4 cores now, I will attack with the green nature card, and then do you have anything? No flash. Okay, then I'll refresh it with my Vina, attack again. just to pay their removals at that point. Harus dapat more for turn 2 or 3. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Lord Javad is... yeah, I know what you mean. So Lord Javad is for early anyway, so you can just use it with Mudo. Yeah, understandable. That's something that is good to know. Oh wait. This is a contract deck. Why I'm not bringing my contract spirit, contract ultimate, provide deck. And that's a nice. Yeah, that's an. And now that the pool is really big, that there's too much that you can do. But I think I still find it like quite endearing how people mixes the deck in BSS. And like, yeah, some of them are actually quite interesting. But I guess that's also their privilege for playing white and red, so their spirits kind of sticks to the field more. It's probably because I'm playing. I'm too stubborn and I played too much yellow. Which the spirit is pretty much guaranteed to disintegrate the moment it touches the field anyway. So probably there's not much that I can say in that regard. It's the rest of choosing what I want to play with. Okay. So right off the bat, this is probably not the best thing on earth. Probably just summon Javat, like if they remove it, then that's it. But like if it disappears, then I will need to work really hard to bring him back. Wait, I still have one draw. Why do I always forget? Oh wait, no. I already draw one and I set down a Pierce. So now it will depends on how they remove Javat. Let's say they don't do, so they just use the searcher as usual, the copium. So now we just attack and then we use the okay, so now we send 1 core to the trash. By doing so, send 2. Then because we send after there when deplete, if any activates, we add 2 counters and draw 1 because it's demon like a demon lord effect. Now they're somewhat better. Okay, then no flash, so they got 1 damage, and then now they can bring their mid-range stuff out. Oh yeah, actually the overcount also doesn't need any dissension. Yeah, the overcount doesn't need any dissension, but the effect needs your soul core. So you cannot refresh. You cannot refresh anyway. The refresh can only be triggered if you return your soul core, mommy. It's a set effect. And even if it's not a set effect, it's a condition will be to return your soul core, which you cannot do, so you cannot refresh. I see. So yeah, I mean like you are right. You don't need you don't need your SAKURA to use the overcount, but no, why are you putting that idea in my brain? Now it's taking up space that it cannot use. Now my opponent is trying to do something more setup. Yeah, no more setup for you. Stop with the setups. I will not let you do any more setups. Okay. Maybe we just replace this. Let's invest 110. Let's finally reveal that we're not playing purple. But after Mudo, it's actually game. But, I mean, like the off chance. There's always that off chance, right? I mean, like Mudo, ideally, after you bring it out, your opponent should be way too crippled anyway. But I mean, like it's always a matter of, yeah, just because you don't need to doesn't mean you don't have to have the means. Like it's I mean like it's basically like first aid kits, right? If you don't fall, then you don't need it. But if you have it, then if you do fall, then you at least have the first aid kit to kind of handle yourself. So yeah, I guess that's more like that. So yeah, I guess we'll probably need to replace the Lord Java track. At this stage, getting to the third counter, it's probably not as easy. Now, I mean, like if we wanted to proceed to the third counter, so we'll probably set this down, attack with Java, and then use our soul core. Well, then maybe let's not do that. Okay, then so let's say our opponent doesn't have anything. Okay, anyway, if there's no target, I can still send my core anyway. So yeah, it has to be if it only needs to be from the field, so it can draw one and ends the turn. If our opponent attacks, destroys the Java. So now we are at 4 counters. So now we can use the Lord Java. Then, okay, so let's take one of the damage. Use the Crown of Starlit Sky. Then let's keep the President for now. And I should have let him stay on soul state. And then now, if the opponent attacks, okay, Yaku Korin, and then now, since we send a core to the trash with our Demon Lord effect, counter +2, draw 1. That can actually work. Okay, so now we have 1 ultimate symbol and 1 yellow symbol. So we have 2 yellow symbol to work with, and then we can discard 1 to draw 2. Okay, so if there's a threat, there's a direct threat on the field, then we just discard this Shavat. So we draw 2, and then because we discarded a Demon Lord. Oh yes, an Evil God. Send 2 cores from the opposing field to the reserve. So this deplete the threat, and now we are safe. Okay, then go back to our 10, core draw, refresh. Okay, and then now I can actually use the Bramzabak to draw if I wanted to. If I want to, I can just use the Bramzabak to draw 1. Or I can try to recover myself, but if I try to recover myself, I will have exactly 3 cores to heal 1. Yay! That felt good. Then yeah, I'll just attack, heal 1, refresh. Oh, actually, it doesn't feel half bad. It probably can work. Probably can work. Well, like I just realized that with the setup, yeah, so we only have 2 ultimate symbols, so hopefully they survive. Like, even if they don't, So let's say Javat is destroyed again. Now we don't have Lord Javat in our deck anymore. But maybe now I have to add another Lord Javat. Yeah. So this guy, forget him. I'll probably just put the Mirage, like the Full Moon Mirage pack. Actually, yeah, we don't know. Well, yeah, maybe we just try to bring 2 of this guy, 3 of Lord Javat, and then we'll see how that goes. If it's not working, then we'll just revert everything back. We'll just play normally, like normal person. But I guess the concept is quite interesting. So yeah, I guess I can play with this. That's the only change that we need to make. Yeah, let's do that and call it a day. As usual. Me struggling to end my stream with nothing new. Since we have opened, yes. Anyway, let's do this blasphemous thing of adding this ultimate that doesn't have anything to do with Divine Spirit into a Divine Spirit deck. Yeah, but the Isa's Pass, I think it's the only problem is that Isa's Pass kind of needs to be 500 or less, so I really need to get the counter under control. And I think Javat's counter pluses. Is it mandatory? Yeah, it's mandatory. So as always, in the off chance, still there's always a chance that the mandatory effect will get in the way and my Isa's past cannot revert into Isa's future. And that will be kind of shit. Yay! Indonesian culture. What else can I add just to hurt myself? Guess even the normal Divine Spirit is already somewhat. I think it's still somewhat good enough now, although it's a little bit slow. That's why we need all the bursts that we can use. In the contract cards is mostly to remove like a first turn threat. Like let's say now we go second. So counter +1, draw 1. Wait, this is not Jasson, so we already draw our first hand. So now we probably need to set this down, summon Javat, and remove the opposing setup. So by keeping the soul core, we give the illusion to the opponent that if they hit too much, then we can just use contract descent and basically foil anything that they have in plan. The only flaw to this plan is now, if Javat is removed, then we don't have means to increase our counter until we can summon Bram Zavak. So that's probably why I didn't want to put 2 Lord Javat inside. Oh, I was being sensible. Turns out I was being sensible. Okay, so let's see. This guy. Okay, so the only problem with this guy is if I wanted to. Okay, so I can't use this guy. Okay, so the only problem with this guy is if I wanted to use the effect to pay 2, I need to send it from another Evil Cut, Spirit, or Ultimate or Nexus. Oh! I got to hit it a little bit there, and Saga tried to pattern back. Yeah, I see the logistical problem here, so probably this guy is not the answer. Probably need to actually use some guy that lets me draw one. Or add another counter, which is what is possible too. Yeah, basically if I don't go into SS, and if I don't draw SS pass, and my SS pass cannot revert because opponent removes them, then it's also another problem. I think we started to see where this is going. Which isn't bad on its own. Let's see. Boop. Is this pass? Yeah, also I only have 2 aces pass anyway. But that's the perfect number to replace this. I am still looking for a 3rd aces pass. Because not only there. Wait, what? Wait, what? What did I do? Why did I remove 2 sleeves, but I only have 1 cliff with aces pass inside? Something is wrong. Something is not correct with the matrix. The matrix. Yeah, if this doesn't work, then maybe we just reduce the number of the Lord Javad, or we just take it out completely. The 3 counter is an us punishing, but in the off chance that we can't really do anything with Javad, and that's where it kind of hurts. Okay. So now we kind of have to be able to achieve that. So if we go first, then there's also a risk that the opponent can remove Javad, which not that many now that I remember. Red World can only destroy spirits, so I end my turn. My opponent probably can't do anything to prevent Javad for now. So 3 costs, summon detail, draw 1. Then now I have to sacrifice my detail. Thank you very much. Draw 1, counter plus 2. Then now, if they try to remove Javad, they can stay. Take 1. Core draw, refresh. And yeah, probably my option here is to summon Aces Boss. So where's my deck? And try to attack. So the opponent should not have any blocker at the small than Aces Boss at this point. So it should be able to rebirth. And then I heal 1. I will not use the. And then yeah, the most important thing now. Now we can use Lord Javad. Okay, then the opponent's attacks again. As usual, even though we can heal, never try to take too much damage, more than what you can handle. So let's remove our Lord Javad so we can shoot 2, and then now. Okay, now we can remove something, and then we have a yellow symbol to work with. So core draw, refresh. Oh wait, so and then we got to counter because of Lord Javat and draw 1, so we probably need to get the Isis pass out now while we still have 5 or less counters. And now we can summon it for 2 costs. And yeah, actually we can just do it from the previous turn. I don't know why I didn't do that. Then now I attack with Isis pass. Probably going to be blocked. Yeah, why do I do that? Attack. Like plan it carefully so that it goes through. If it goes through, then I can just flip it. Now my counter is at 6, so I can no longer use any of the rebirth inside my deck. So if we do it that carefully, we might be able to pull that off. After that, Lord Javat probably just to send 1 core, draw 1, counter +2. So now my counter is at 8. So if I use the Nexus, I can actually summon anything in my deck. Everything in my deck. Can even summon Ishtar if I wanted to. And now, let's see. Core, draw, refresh. Let's continue for one more turn. For a while, just one more turn. So now, we have hit our opponent 3 times. Total of 4 times actually. So let's say that they have received like 3 of them. Then we have 2 options here. We can either use Bramzavak here, try to bait their defensive. Yeah, actually let's do that. So we have 4 ultimate symbols, so we can summon it at 4 costs. Then yeah, it even can use its effect on level 3 anyway. So we don't have too much problem, and then we still have a total of 5 cores. Yeah, so if we don't fight against anything special, then this should be enough. We can use Overchariot to defend ourselves if we needed to. And if the opponent doesn't have anything to end the attack step, then we can just summon the Rebellion Hedgehog to remove anything that is left on their field. So Rebellion Hedgehog can target ultimates. So let's say that we can't destroy any spirits. We can just use the effect to pay 1 life, and then return the ultimate to the top and bottom. So we can at least remove 2. The only difference is if we do this with Ishtar, we will need 1. So we will still consume 4 cores. If we do that, can actually just try to attack again if they can't end the attack step or they use Diamond Wall. So actually adding in more Ishtar is the answer. But anyway, let's try first. And so the difference is since we send 1 core to the void, we Javat effect, whether he is still there or in soul state, we can add 2 counters, draw 1. So the only advantage is that we are not, as long as we have Javat on the field, Bramzavak is not limited by, it's not really affected by whether we have Crown of the Starlit Sky or not. We can just draw 1 to draw our defensives, which we did, thankfully. And if the opponent actually has an ultimate on their field, we can just remove them with the Hedgehog. Otherwise, we have now destroyed every of their spirit, and then we can pay 1 to the trash to you so that this effect cannot be prevented by opposing effects. And we are safe from their spirits from one turn. So let's say they use Diamond Wall here, so we kind of lost. Yeah, so they use Diamond Wall, so we cannot finish, but they only have 1 life left, and then they end the turn. Still have Aziel, we still have Over Chariot, so we wouldn't die. The only problem with Over Chariot, of course, since our life will go to 1. No, but anyway, if their life is at 1, that doesn't really matter. We can use release of you can use the release of, since we have 2 Grandwalkers now, so we can use the release for Ishtar with cores from our Grandwalkers instead. So let's say they cannot summon anything, so yeah, because we don't have ultimates to be written anyway, so don't think we have anything to be threatening us right now. Okay, so now we have a total of 3 yellow symbols and 3 ultimate symbols. And no code symbols, so basically Ishtar will still cost 4. If we wanted to bring out Nevriel just to try and get the normal Isis out, don't know what for, but let's try. We don't get her, of course. Classic. But it feels like it's doable. I can use this. Oh well. Anyway, the tournament is next week. Let's at least hope that we don't only win once. Let's try to at least have an X1 record. We can have an X0, even better. But at the very least, X1. I mean, like, it's been a while since I have an X0, so why not? Let's try to get an X0. But yeah, I guess that is it. If you have been listening this far, thank all of you. Especially all of you who have come in to play today. I guess that will be everything from me today. That has been me, Theodore Lu, your host. And I'll see you guys again next time. Bye bye.